Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ari and today, tonight, we're going to be reviewing another book. So, just a short disclaimer about this book before I start telling you why you should or should not read it. This book was gifted to me by my grandfather and I got
bombastic side eye.
I got it as a gift for my birthday. So this book is basically a science fiction plus thriller equals this book. So today's book is The Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. So So I don't have the physical copy of the book with me right now because I'm out of station, but who cares? We can do with the non-physical book version of the book. So starting off this book, if you're looking for something that's purely thriller, no, this book is not for you. This has a lot of physics terms which I needed to research to understand it. Yeah, it's basically based on quantum mechanics or physics, I don't know, any one of them. So yeah, that's basically the thing. That's the main thing about this book. It's based on quantum mechanics. So the main character, Jason, is just a normal teacher at a high school. He's a physics teacher, professor probably. Yeah, professor, and he's happy with his life. Yay! Aren't we all? So one night, while getting something for his wife and his son Charlie, who's like 14, ice cream specifically, he was getting ice cream after celebrating with a friend because that friend won an award because he apparently made the cube which displays all the superpositions at. You'll get it if you read the book. You'll understand. Just know that that friend won an award, the Pavia Award. So that friend is Rand Holder. Okay, just remember the names, please. So what happens is that Jason finishes celebrating at the bar and then he gets out of that shop, and he's like walking down the street to get ice cream. He gets the ice cream and he goes back home. The end. No. Well, he got the ice cream. Yeah. The ice cream was safe. So he gets attacked by a guy, probably, who was wearing a mask, so no one knows if it's a guy or a gal. So he assumes it's a guy because the tone of the voice sounds like a guy's. Jeez. So that's basically the thing. His kidnapper asks him if he is happy in his life, like after a whole lot of chase scene. Not basically chase scene because the guy had Jason at gunpoint, so he could not run. He just drove to his death. Like Jason was the one driving and the guy was in the back seat. He was, you better drive. So he drove. Yeah. And after a not so long chat, the guy who kidnapped Jason asks him, "Are you happy in your life?" And Jason says, "Yes, I'm happy in my life." So now basically what is the main conflict of the story is that it's not that much of a spoiler, but it's just that it's the main conflict which causes all this in the story is that Jason sacrificed his career for his wife because she was about to have a son. So he sacrificed the project he was working on, took the funding, and helped her build a family with her. So now he is a professor in this timeline. However, if you will read the story, this is the main thing. Uh, the road not taking. If you have read that story, poem, you will know the road not taken. So yeah, that's basically the thing. uh, I'm not gonna spoil much of it, but spoiler alert, if you are interested in this book, please do not listen any further. So what the people say, what the kidnapper says is that it's Jason, but it's from like a different timeline where he actually did not sacrifice the funding for his wife, and he he invented the cube I was telling you about earlier. He invented it and he got the Pavia Award. So that's the thing. Like that Jason who won, call him Jason 2 because that's how he's referred throughout the entire book. So Jason 2 is not happy in his life and he's like, I should have chose the road Jason 1 took. So he goes back, he knocks Jason 1 out, and he takes Jason 1 and throws him into his life, and he slips into Jason 1's life. So now that's the thing, that's the conflict, that Jason 1 does not know where he is because he wakes up in a lab. Of course, Jason 2 worked in a lab half of the time to create the cube, and that's the thing. So this entire story is revolving around that cube, which tells us that every time we take a decision, our life branches out into like a various of branches, and that's it. It could be Jason 1 from another branch or Jason 2 from another branch, because that's literally it. And they understand that there's thousands of us living out there somewhere in the multiverse, as they refer to it in the book. So yeah, one thing I really liked about this book is that there is one not so poetic quote, but it's a quote and I liked it, which is like, imagine you're a fish in a pond and you can go up, down, sideways, anywhere you want, but you would not even know if someone is looking at you outside of the pond. So once that pond is like your entire existence. It's what you have seen on your life. So once someone puts their hand in the water and takes you out, you realize that no, that was only a small bit of what I have experienced. There is so much more left to see. So this is one thing I actually like it's a quote which made me think like the author has a point. So, like, can you imagine you're in a timeline where everyone you know does not know you? You're seeing your wife walk past you, but she does not recognize you. The house you lived at, it's different. You do not even have a son. Can you believe losing your identity like that and being shifted into another identity? Yeah, this book kind of gave me an identity crisis. Most probably it gives Jason an identity crisis, but overall it's a must read. Trust me, you will not regret this choice. No second version of you will come after you and be like, bro, why did you read that book? No, you will love this book. Trust me. Yeah, yeah. That's the book. I finished this in like one day. Yeah, one day. And I loved it. Honestly, I loved it. I never read anything science fiction related, and I like thrillers. So, science fiction thriller, that was a great book. Trust me, if you like science fiction, if you like thrillers, and you're boring of reading the usual thriller as they call it, like someone kills someone and then it's a murder mystery or something like that. So Like I have read a lot of them like that, like the murder ones, murder thrillers, the serial killer thrillers. But I actually kind of got bored, and I was like, no, I'm not interested in reading anything like that anymore. So I switched to this science fiction one, and trust me, it was a valid choice. Definitely giving this book a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, not a 10 out of 10, because at some point I was feeling that Jason's decisions were a bit questionable, because he, of course, he is a he was a genius before he gave up his job. But I thought he would make better decisions knowing about physics and knowing about quantum mechanics, knowing what a superposition is. So I don't really blame him taking away from his family, but at some points, like not even that much, one or two choices actually bugged me a lot. I'm not gonna say those choices because that'll spoil the story. You gotta read it. It's not even that much long of a book. It's only like 400 pages, in which, like, the cover I showed you, that book was 400 pages, and I finished it in a day. Like, I sat at the evening of first day when I got it, and I finished till 200, and the next day I sat again at the evening, and I finished the rest 200. So I it was really nice. You can definitely try this book if you want something thriller-ish but not the murder one. You want something science fiction but also not completely based on science fiction. So yeah, a 9.5 out of me, and this book is definitely a must read if you are a science fiction or thriller lover. So that's it from me here. I'll see you in the next video, and stay safe, take care. Thanks for watching, and bye.